Hello, Amanda. What about this here podcast?
Lots of things. I saw Thomas Sainsbury. He is a Kiwi comedian. His Instagram is hilarious. I went to see him last night as part of the Sydney Comedy Festival.
Yeah.
That's why I'm slurring, because I had a few vinos.
I like the Comedy Festival.
Do you, Brendan?
Yeah, I like appearing at the Comedy Festival.
No need to mock me.
Also, when I said look me up, I didn't actually mean it.
Yeah, you know how we say that as Australians, or other people do too. Hey, when you in my country, look me up, come and stay. We don't mean it, and yet some people actually follow up.
Our mystery footy tipper, it's none other than Chris Lawrence.
Oh, so much for the mystery.
I've just done a U and spilt the beans.
Spilt the beans. TikTok Tucker. If only it had been beans. We make something called carnivore cereal. The carnivore is over, well and truly.
And we put our cases for why. I saw what you did.
Thank you.
We put our cases for why we should be Tom Cruise's best friend, Scientology or not.
It's all coming up on our podcast.
Everybody
Right now, by the miracle of recording, we had so many requests for them to do it again.
Mistress Amanda.
Miss Keller. Amanda.
Doesn't work alone.
Wow, this is fantastic.
Her friend is in a back room making the tools of the trade.
I've heard them describe him as a drunken idiot.
Sorry, I've been drinking beer.
The legendary pirate Jonesy and Amanda the actress.
Hello, Wiggles. Congratulations, Mandy. We're on the radio right now.
Jonesy and Amanda, you're doing a great job.
You have no empathy for anyone but yourself, you giant tool.
Now's the time to hear good radio.
Sorry, a bit of a tongue twist there.
Jonesy and Amanda are here. It's showtime, a-holes. We're on the air.
Top of the morning to you, Amanda.
Well, hi.
Doing all right?
Double demerits.
Double Ds.
Do you know what? Double Ds, it's your dream. Double demerits from today, which is the 24th. Tomorrow is the public holiday. Friday, a lot of people working from home.
Mm-hmm.
But from the 24th to the 28th, there's one official day off in there, but there's double demerits for 4 days.
Yep.
Say it, Brendan. At least Ned Kelly wore a mask.
Well, you just got to be careful when you're out there on the mean streets. And perhaps
What's happened to you? You're now a big supporter of the double demerits for 4 days for 1 day off.
As I was riding into work this morning, halfway as I was going across the Harbour Bridge, I went, oh, that's right, it is double demerits.
Yeah, I thought enough at least to put Waze on my phone, on my car, so that it would say speed camera ahead or whatever. So I thought, yes, thank you for the reminder.
Are you loving Waze? How good is Waze?
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Really good. I find it weird with Waze, though. You can communicate with other Waze drivers.
Well, I see the little picture on my
that's
screen.
That's a bit odd because...
I wouldn't do it. It's not like a dating club.
Yeah, well, it could well be, though.
But I just want the information, where are the fuzz?
Where's the fuzz?
And maybe that's a dating thing itself.
I don't think you say, where are the fuzz? Where's the fuzz?
Where's the fuzz? Yes, doesn't it? But also, I don't need to know that there's a car on the shoulder of the road 10 Ks to my left or whatever, you know. It does give me that information and cuts into my podcast.
Okay. What podcast are you listening to other than Double A Chattery yourself?
That one, other than listening to myself. I've been listening to one. It's called British Scandal. I love it. There's two people who host it, and they look at a variety of kind of stories and things. This one's about Oasis. Heard of them, Brendan?
Right.
Involves a lot of fighting and swearing.
As you would imagine. Speaking of Anzac Day tomorrow, our Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese, is trekking the Kokoda Track.
Is he the first Prime Minister to do so?
First sitting Prime Minister. He's doing it with James Marape. He's the Papua New Guinean Prime Minister.
And
and they're going to do the 3 days, which is very admirable.
It's hard yakka. My brother did that and had a knee replacement when he got back. It's the coming down that kills your
knees. How many days did Cameron do it for?
What's the like 7?
Yeah, that's the big one. I think you can do it in 9 days or 3 days.
I think he did the big one.
And then I just went down I started reading an article just about what the 39th Battalion went through back in World War II in 1942 on that particular theatre of war, as they like to call it. And just amazing, like 13,000 Japanese troops were coming through Papua New Guinea to come to Australia. And the 39th Battalion was 1,000 guys that went on a steamship over there, and they had to take on all these Japanese. And these guys weren't soldier guys. There were soldiers in there, but there was a lot of them just been conscripted who had not only not fired a rifle, not even seen a rifle, then all of a sudden they've given a rifle.
Wow, so no training, nothing.
And there was 1,000 of them versus 13,000. And they managed to hold off for 5 days.
Wow.
Well, and you think about those incredibly stories of bravery, but one guy got his foot shot off and they bring a stretcher over and he goes, don't worry about me. Get the stretcher for someone who needs it. I'm going, how tough were they in 1942?
And what tough terrain they made. Excuse me, what tough terrain they made their way through.
It's extraordinary. Absolutely
extraordinary.
Yeah, so think about that tomorrow for
Absolutely,
Anzac Day.
Absolutely.
And because it is Anzac Day tomorrow, today everything moves to
So all our Thursday
stuff.
things like Mystery Footy Tipper and TikTok Tucker
I was happy to leave TikTok
are
Tucker where it
happening
was.
today.
And we can't do anything till we do the Magnificent Seven. Question 1.
According to the proverb, how many lives does a cat have?
Jam Nation.
Look at the sunrise, Amanda. Looks amazing.
This sunrise this morning is quite extraordinary.
Beautiful. Look at that. This is what you wanted. This is when you came here. This is what you wanted.
You know what's interesting is I just look at you, but you get to look over my shoulder out the window.
It's extraordinary.
Sunshine
Do you know what I need to bring?
on my shoulder. What?
While I ignore you singing John Denver standards, you know what I should bring is my binoculars so I can look out.
Oh, you're
So I
joking.
can look out at the Harbour Bridge. I can see what's going on there.
You can look out the window at the Harbour Bridge.
No, but I can see
There's also
more
There's an
detailed.
apartment building below us here. If you brought in binoculars, that would be the creepiest thing ever. You'd be able to see into people's bedrooms.
I'm not going to.
And we're above a boys' school here. What are you going to do with those binoculars?
I'm going to look at what's going on in our city. I'm not going to pervert people.
Well, how do we know?
Well, you know, why do you make this so?
Well, if someone look at the apartment block there, if you bring in
I
binoculars,
didn't even notice there was an
Oh,
apartment
come
block,
on.
and now you're pointing it out.
You can't bring in binoculars. It just looks sus.
Right. So
Just use your eyeballs like everybody else.
What about the Swedish hostel down there?
I'm sure Hans would be very happy to see you looking at him.
You don't understand. Men appreciate binoculars, and look at
Well,
us.
remember, my husband bought them for me. It was
That's
our
right.
anniversary, and we decided no gifts. He came home. He'd been filming that day at Peters of Kensington. They were doing something, and he brought home this beautiful. It was a box with a bow on it. Incredible. I said, how wonderful. I opened it up, and there were some binoculars he wanted for him, but he said there was free gift wrapping, so he'd taken them up on it.
Where are those binoculars at now?
Well, he can almost sit down these days.
Can we bring them in? I don't think it's weird. Let's get into the Magnificent Seven. 7 questions. Can you go all the way and answer all 7 questions correctly? If you do that, Amanda will say...
It is weird.
Tony is a man. He's in Wentworth Falls. You appreciate this, don't you, Tony? You're on the 16th floor of a building overlooking the harbour. If you had some binoculars, you could get a sense of what's going on in your fair city.
It'd be nice.
Thank you, Tony.
Unless you're living in that block of flats below and you go, who's that creep?
Would you stop mentioning the flats? I'm not going to look
How do we know? How do they know?
With binoculars comes great responsibility.
Hello, yeah, thank you, officer. Tony, here's question number 1. According to the proverb, how many lives does a cat have?
9.
9.
Burberry and Macintosh are famous for selling what item of clothing, Tony?
What was the question, sorry?
Oh, Tony. Burberry.
Oh, he's gone.
Yeah, Brian's got no time. Sorry, Tony. Kim's in Plumpton.
Hi, Kim.
Hi, how are you?
Very well. Burberry and Macintosh are famous for selling what item of clothing?
Is it scarves?
No. They do sell those, but that's not what they're famous for.
I must say, Gemini Rai is razor sharp on the
quick on the buzzer.
You're not as forgiving as that nice young fellow that was doing his job last week.
Well, I'll tell you what, this item of clothing would go very well with your binoculars, Brendan. That's question number 2.
Why do you do this?
Burberry
Do it on
and
purpose?
Macintosh are famous for selling what item of clothing?
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation.
Podcast.
We're into the Magnificent Seven, and we're bogged down on question number 2.
It's going to Anna in Hurstville. Hello, Anna.
Hello, how are you?
Very well.
Anna, do you think it's creepy if I had a set of binoculars at our new building so I could just see out over the city?
Beautiful.
See? Anna thinks it's fine.
Well, if we looked over just workspaces, that's one thing, but there's private residences, there's
I'm
windows you can see right
Imagine
through.
I could have zoomed in on the Harbour Bridge and seen someone driving across the bridge in their car mouthing the words to Kokomo. And that would be research.
Anna, Burberry and Macintosh are famous for selling what item of clothing that Jonesy can team with his binoculars?
He would look smashing in his trench coat.
That's right.
A bit like Inspector Gadget. No one ragged on him. No one called him a creep.
Well, he didn't use binoculars to look at people in their
but no,
houses.
his eyes turned into binoculars.
Ooga. Question 3. Let's play reverse it.
Put my thing down, flip it and reverse it.
What song are we playing backwards here, Anna? That's terrible. It's a work of the devil. What song's that?
Got no idea.
Sorry, Anna.
Tanya's
If only
in-
we could use our binoculars to see into the backwards land.
Tanya's in George's Hall.
Hi, Tanya. What song's that? Do you need to hear it again?
No, I think I've got it, actually.
Really?
What is it?
Is it Nick Kershaw's Wouldn't It Be Good?
Yes, it is. Thank you for putting us out of that misery.
Very good. Sex Pistols bass guitarist Sid Vicious was given his nickname after he was bitten by Johnny Rotten's pet. What? Was it A, a hamster, B, a rabbit, or C, a snake?
A snake?
No, it wasn't a snake. Ron's in Helensburgh. Hi, Ron.
Hi, how are you?
Very well. So Sex Pistols bassist Sid Vicious was given his nickname, Vicious, not the Sid part, after he was bitten by Johnny Rotten's hamster or rabbit.
Hamster.
It was a hamster. Sid Vicious got bitten by the pet hamster named after the musician Syd Barrett, which prompted his comment on how Sid is really vicious.
Well, Sid's actual name was John Ritchie, and so his whole name was a nickname.
Well, thank you, Brendan, for that.
He
Did you
died-
see that with your
He
binoculars?
died at the tender age of 21.
After stabbing his girlfriend to death. How lovely.
In the children's TV show, what job does SpongeBob have, Ron? What does he do? He works at the Krusty Krab.
What's his job there?
A chef?
Yeah, he's a chef. He cooks stuff.
Yeah, he does.
Fries stuff up.
Question 6. Prom is the American version of what Australian school event? When Americans say prom, what do we call it?
Formal?
The formal. Going the formal. Sixth form formal.
This is going to be just a procedure for you, mate. This is going to be easy. Which public holiday is happening tomorrow?
Anzac Day?
There it is.
Ron, you've done it.
Congratulations, Ron. You've won the jam pack. It's all coming your way. A double pass to UB40 returning this October. Get your tickets now from Ticketek.
Are they the red wine people?
Yes, Jem Wai, they are the red wine people. Would you like to go?
I it was. No.
$150 to spend at Howard's Storage World. Love being organised. It's easy with Howard's. And Jonesy and Amanda Kate to choose Fitter Colouring and some Staler pencils. Ron, anything you'd like to add?
I think it would be you would be creepy. With
Thank
the
you.
binoculars,
Ron,
Jonesy.
thank you. Thank you for settling that debate so beautifully.
So Ron is the arbiter of this, okay?
Yeah, he's made the decision for all of us.
So I can't have the binoculars.
No.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast.
I'm going to make this short and sweet. I'm only going to say it once.
Wake up!
Thumbing through the Almanac, our big book of musical facts. On this day in 1993, Sheryl Crow released her hit All I Want to Do. The song was released from her debut album Tuesday Night Music Club. And just 3 weeks ago, she released another album called Evolution. I haven't heard that yet, but they're saying it's vintage Sheryl.
Vintage Cheryl.
Vintage Sheryl. It was odd, though, and she explains this on Jimmy Fallon's show about how much AI has made an impact on the music industry.
I wound up with a bunch of songs that I'd written just recently, starting off with Evolution, which is a song about AI, speaking about the Beatles.
Yeah.
And it's been so disturbing to me. I mean, I don't know how you musicians feel about it, but I did a session the other day, and this young songwriter had this incredible song, but she needed a guy to sing on it so that she could pitch it to male singers in Nashville.
Yeah.
Paid $5, put in John Mayer's name, and she played it for me, and my... there's no way you could tell it the difference, and it just blew my mind.
Sounded like John Mayer.
It sounded didn't just sound like him. I mean, like his inflections and so this is what AI can do,
right?
and it really scared me.
Scary, isn't it?
I'd like to hear that song.
Yeah. Well, the
John Mayer
John
one.
Mayer.
I'd buy that song.
But she's talking about as well the Beatles song, which had the surviving members. You remember that now and then, the surviving members of the Beatles.
With joining with the passed away members.
From the other side, John Lennon and George Harrison, because of technology as such. And then derivative of that, you got James McCartney and Sean Oko Lennon with their version, Primrose Hill. Did you hear that?
We led there forever.
Unfortunately, that's not AI. That's real.
You're not a fan of that, are you? What would it sound like if John Mayer was singing it?
Well, can we get John Mayer singing Primrose Hill? Can we get anyone singing it? Anyway, let's put on Sheryl Crow because this is great.
Jam Nation.
You went out on a school night last night?
I do it so rarely. And I thought, it's all right because it's Thursday. I thought, actually, no, it's Tuesday.
Hell of a week.
I went to the Comedy Store. A friend of mine urged me to go with her, and I'm so glad I did. We are both followers on Instagram of a fabulous Kiwi comedian called Thomas Sainsbury. So he was on last night at the Comedy Store, which is in Moore Park, or, the entertainment quarter.
I've performed at the Comedy Store many years ago.
One.
Yeah, at the comedy, that very store. Yeah, that's when I was doing stand-up all those years ago.
And what big event wrecked that for you?
September 11. That was
the
my
world
last...
had to go to great lengths to shut you up.
That was my last gig.
Well, he's on again tonight, but he's so funny. But on Instagram, have a look at him, at Thomas Sainsbury. He kind of plays the role of a 1980s dad or a 1980s mum, or just he plays his little suburban vignettes that are so funny. This is one of him that really made me laugh. This is as if he'd just gone up to heaven.
Excuse me. Sorry. Hi, God. Hi, how are you? God, I'm having so much fun up here. It's been so awesome. Ever since I choked on that Malteser, it's just been like, it's been heaps of fun. I'm just, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. I won't keep you for long, but just like with my friends, like with Casey and like my best friend Casey and stuff like that. Do you have any idea when they're due to arrive? And yeah, these guys are, all these people are so awesome, and my grandparents and all that kind of stuff are so awesome. It's just, I was just wondering if you had any kind of ETA on when my friends would arrive. That's fine. Yeah, so it's going to be a few decades yet. Okay, yeah. There's no way that you could speed things along. No, I shouldn't be asking that. But yeah, no, that's all good. Yeah, it's good. I'll just go and hang with my with my grandparents and great grandparents and stuff like that. But yeah, cool. You just keep doing what you're doing. Thanks, God.
Stuck with my grandparents.
And then he did another one where he actually arrives in hell.
Hi, Satan. Sorry, I know you're really busy right now. I just wanted to quickly say two things, if that's okay. I'm coming. So I just wanted to say, first of all, huge fan of your dip sausages, how you do your sausages. God, I love it. I had a great version of the recipe that I'd love to share with you sometime. I know we just eat sulphur here, but still, I just want to say that. And I just wanted to say also, so just before I arrived here, I was on the Ferris wheel. I was in the accident off the Ferris wheel where it kind of came loose of the stand and stuff like that. And I'm just wondering, I had quite a few friends with me on this Ferris wheel, but none of them are here. So does that mean that they all survived? They all went up there, did they? All of them. And so I'm the only one that's... Oh, okay. Not even Katrina? Oh, wow, that is surprising, but, makes sense. So, yeah, and there's no chance I can see them. No, yeah. No, this is eternity. Yeah. Sorry, no, yeah, you do that. Yeah, God, that's interesting, yeah. Oh, well.
Even Katrina. He's so funny. If you get a chance to see him, and a whole lot of other great comedians are going to be part
He's performing
of the
there
Sydney Comedy Festival.
Tonight?
He's back on tonight.
Jonesy and Amanda's Jam Nation
podcast.
After seeing The Handmaid's Tale just in recent years, you think what a scary dystopian view of the world that is. But I think America is heading back there. First, they've banned abortion. What Jackie Eubanks, who is a Trump-backed Republican candidate, she's running for the Michigan legislature. What she wants to do is to ban contraception.
It should not be legal. And I think that people believe that birth control it's better, like you said, because, then you won't get pregnant and you won't need to have an abortion. But I think that it gives people the false sense of security that they can have consequence-free sex, and that's not true and it's not correct. Sex ought to be between one man and one woman in the confines of marriage.
And open to life.
Absolutely.
They're saying they're coming after your gay marriage next. They're coming after your birth control after that and everything else. Well, you know what? Yeah. Absolutely.
Terrifying.
So they're Christians that are Christians?
Yeah. But they're never going to ban sex because that would affect a man's body. They just want to ban stuff that affects a female body. But we're speaking yesterday about Donald Trump. We can't understate how weird this is and how unprecedented it is. The first ever president to be sitting a criminal trial. Former president wants to be future president. This is for hush money that was paid to a sex worker and then was lied about. That's what all this is about. But in court, Not only is he falling asleep and snoring, they're calling him Don Snorleone, the Godfarter, because he's also doing other things too.
And I'm sitting here for days now, from morning till night, in that freezing room, freezing.
While Donald Trump complains about the thermostat, his criminal trial reportedly has had an awful smell. Thanks to him. Putrid odor from Donald Trump, well, that might seem far-fetched had it not been for a couple of things. First, according to multiple reports, in his criminal trial courtroom, Donald Trump has dozed off repeatedly.
This time, he didn't pay attention to a note that his lawyer, Todd Blanche, passed him. His jaw kept falling on his chest, and his mouth kept going slack.
And some people of all ages pass gas in their sleep or while taking a nap. It happens. The other thing that bolsters the allegations that Donald Trump's been noticeably stinky in court is the fact that he has been dogged repeatedly through the years by allegations he has a generally bad body odor.
But also the fact that we're talking about a president and the word farting. When we grew up, we were never allowed to say fart. It was a swear word. So yesterday we put to a whip poll, what did you call farts when you grew up?
Alternative words for flatulence. David is with us. Hey, Dave.
What did you say?
My niece is turning 30, and when she was born and got to the age of where, the communication, we called it a poo puff.
Poo puff?
Poo puff.
Oh, that's a good one.
That is good.
It's quite literal, isn't it?
Thank you, David. Rebecca's with us.
Hello, Rebecca. What did you call it?
My grandmother used to say, "Oh, I've just received a telegram," and you go, "What?" And she goes, "Yeah, a telegram that a poo's on its way."
Oh. Yeah, thanks. I got a fax coming through. Catherine's joined us.
Hello, Catherine. Take it offline, for God's sake. Catherine, what did you say?
Well, that's a hard act to follow, but fart was also a swear word in our house, so we weren't allowed to say that. We had to say boomp. So my brother and I were like, oh, who blumped?
Who blumped?
Whoever we're in public. Blumped. Whoever we're in public now and someone's done something, we just kind of look at each other and go, it's definitely a bump.
That's once you get the word as a kid, that's what you call it.
Donna's with us.
Hello, Donna. What did you call it?
Burping from the bottom.
Oh, and give us a sentence. And how would you use it?
I was farting, there's a burp from the bottom coming along.
Pretty obvious, really.
Well, I was just wondering how casually you'd throw it into conversation.
Garth is back for the cash and prizes.
Hello, Garth. What did you call it?
Oh, no. Dad used to call it a backward burp, but we just call it dropping your guts.
Oh, the charm of it is still enduring.
No, that's still who's dropping their guts. That's always good. Craig has joined us.
Hello, Craig. What did you call it?
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, back in the day when my boys were growing up, they're 30 and 34 now, and taught them to say, who lets Fluffy off the chain?
Yeah, Fluffy off the chain. That was a common one, wasn't
That's dignified. If you're in mixed company, that's what you say. Kylie has joined us.
Hello, Kylie. What about you? What did you call it?
When my daughter was little, she came up with a saying, piggy bottom.
A piggy bottom?
Yeah, piggy bottom.
And is that now what you call it in your household?
Yes, we still call it that to this day.
And you can just say a PB. I just pulled a PB.
They're all through the Olympics.
An Olympian on the line. A PB right there.
Jam Nation.
We're doing a grab right now.
Who wants some free money?
Instant.
Coin cash.
Moolah.
I like the sound of that.
Jonesy and Amanda's
Instagram.
Time for a PB. You've got 10 questions, 60 seconds on the clock. You can pass if you don't know an answer. We'll come back to that question if time permits. If you get all the questions right, $1,000.
And you can leave with $1,000. Who doesn't want $1,000? But how about switching it up to $2,000? One bonus question, but it's double or nothing.
I like when you speak like a millennial and say things like switching up. Do you like that, Lisa of Revesby?
Oh, I love it.
Well, Lisa, let's see if we can switch things up for you. $2,000 is at your beck and call.
Now you're overegging it.
Overdone it. 10 questions, 60 seconds. If you're not sure, say pass because we usually have time to come back, okay?
Okay.
All right, Lisa, good luck because here it comes. Question number 1. What do you call a baby cat?
Kitten.
Question 2. Traditionally, what colour are jeans?
Blue.
Question 3. In Bambi, what animal is Thumper?
A deer.
Oh, no, Bambi was a deer. Thumper was a rabbit.
A rabbit.
Oh, it's a rabbit.
Oh, plops, Lisa, I'm sorry.
Oh, plops.
Plops.
Oh, fluff.
A flux. Okay, is that millennial speak?
Flux capacitor.
You didn't switch it up.
Lisa, $100 for getting on with, and thank you for playing.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
It'll be back again on Friday.
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation.
It's sort of a rhetorical thing, isn't it? When you say to someone, if you're ever in my neck of the woods, look me up. Sometimes we mean it, but we often say it without meaning it, don't we? I saw someone wrote the other day, we met at a conference in Vancouver. I said, look me up if you're ever in Manchester. I didn't mean turn up at my doorstep 3 weeks later at 9 p.m. expecting dinner like this guy actually did.
Mm.
Yeah, I remember being on Beyond 2000 and like a 20-year-old waitress in a restaurant in Colorado. We said, we're from Sydney, blah, blah, blah. And she got in touch when she came to Australia a year later expecting to stay at our house.
Yeah.
And you think, do they not understand the transaction that conversation is, which is I'm saying these words and I don't mean them.
This is what Australians do. And I know this because I had a good chat with Doris. Doris married to Peter Garrett.
Mm-hmm.
One day we just happened to chat. And she's German. And I said, what do you find, about living in Australia for so long? What do you find? She goes, you don't say stuff you mean. When you say something, it doesn't mean. And she was trying to articulate it. I said, what do you mean? She says, well, you'll ask, how are you going? And then you don't answer you don't wait for the answer. Australians famously, we have two mouths and one ear. We're not good listeners. But having said that, she said, when you make plans, if you say, come around for a barbecue, you go, okay.
She's knocking at the door with a salad.
She's going, well, she starts to diarise it because she's German. That's what the Germans do. And I said, well, no, if we offer you something, it's
rhetorical.
Offer. It's a rhetorical. We should catch up for a beer. It's never going to happen.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah. So you were knocking on Peter Garrett's door for some time.
He ran with a meat plate. But that's what happens. And if you're overseas and if you run into an English person, do not, unless you want them to come and stay with you, but do not say, look me up and come and stay.
Because they take it literally.
I got a friend, they did exactly that. They had a couple stay with them for 3 months.
No.
3 months.
And did that start with a casual, hey, look us up when you're in Sydney?
And they were nice people.
Yeah, and you probably think, hey, when you're in Sydney, maybe I'll give you a restaurant recommendation, and that's all that I'll give you.
And they didn't mean to stay for 3 months. What happened, they were travelling on a container ship, from England to here. Mm. So they put all their stuff in a container, and then, because they're cheap, to get on the ship, he worked as a cook and she worked as a shipmaid. And then they sailed from England to here. But the problem was their container got bogged down in quarantine. I don't know what they had in there. So they ended up staying at my friend's house for 3 months.
That's intolerable. That's intolerable. That's horrendous.
So if I'm overseas and I meet people, I just go, and they say, well, we might come to Australia. And I said, well, good for you.
Good for you.
Good for you.
Look up some restaurants yourself.
Go and
Google it.
Look up my friend Amanda. Go and stay with her.
Well, look, let's see. Has this happened to you? Have you thrown away hey, come and stay with me or look me up or whatever? Maybe you've done it. Maybe you've been that person. The tribal drum is beating for when I said look me up. I didn't actually mean it.
Fritz, Clark Griswold. How are you? Good to see you. Sorry, we're late. I went to the wrong door. Thanks so much for the invitation. Helga!
And then they were at the wrong house the whole time.
Jam Nation.
The tribal drum is beating. When I said look me up, I didn't actually mean it.
Fritz, Clark Griswold. How are you? Good to see you. Sorry, we're late. I went to the wrong door. Thanks so much for the invitation. Helga!
It's kind of understood that when you say, hey, if you're in my neck of the woods, look me up, most of us are just saying it as a friendly, I don't mean anything gesture.
Australians, by and large, that's what we do. Let's catch up. We're never going to catch up. How are you? We don't care.
But having said that, Australians are great travellers, and when they go overseas, maybe they are the sponges of the world. Who knows? We're going to find out. So, yes, the tribal drum's beating for when I said, look me up, I didn't actually mean it.
Nikki has joined us.
Hello, Nikki. Who looked up who?
Hi, Jonesy. Hi, Amanda. Look, I'm hoping they're going to look me up. I just went on a recent cruise, met two incredible guys from Connecticut. We've been FaceTiming every weekend. And they actually have dedicated a room in their house and to the Nikki wing now. And I have a similar wing for Chris and Vinny. So, there are people that say it and mean it.
But they're people from Connecticut. You hear what I'm saying there, Nikki? This is for you. Would you say the same to them?
Well, she has. Nikki said she's good.
They're coming.
100%.
They're coming here.
Well, both. She said, I've got a room ready for them and there's a room there ready for you.
Okay.
Is this a romantic interlude, Nikki?
Coming over in November to catch up with me because they want to get out of Dodge when the elections are on. So, I can't wait to see them in November.
Is this a romantic interlude, Nikki? Is this more than just a casual friendship?
Probably not, because the guys are married.
Okay, to each other. Yeah, okay.
I thought this is the devil's trident. I thought that's what we're doing.
Because I must say, if there's romance involved, then you do mean look me up. Well, thank you, Nikki. See, it does happen. Got Kate. Hello, Kate.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Very well. Have you sent out an invitation like this, or have you gone to someone's house?
So mine, I know you joke about the empty invitation. Let's just say mine was semi-empty. I used to work in a cafe, and you do have your regulars. And one of my older regulars came in, and she just looked really sad. And she was telling me how her husband was really sick and he can't get out of the house anymore. And it was right near Valentine's Day. And so jokingly and sympathetically, I said, don't stress. If your husband's that unwell and if he's in hospital, you can come at Valentine's Day with my boyfriend and I. Well, you can imagine how shocked I was when she turned up at the restaurant that I told her we were eating at.
Oh.
Brought her dog, so we had to sit outside. Nearly broke up with my boyfriend, and then thankfully, in a roundabout way, it made up for it because she paid for our meal.
Phew. But if that hadn't happened, that would have been a disastrous Valentine's Day.
And look, I didn't expect her to pay. We tried to argue it because she is a little old lady, but she insisted, and she was so grateful because she said it made her night.
I see.
It was, well, it pays off sometimes.
But at that point, when you looked at your boyfriend and she showed up, what did he say?
We were on the verge of a breakup. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. I can imagine.
I promise him no more randoms in the future.
No more. Well done. I'm going to take more of your calls.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast. Let's go.
No time for chit chat. I want to go home.
Hello there. When I said look me up, I didn't actually mean it. The tribal drummer's beating for this.
Prince, Clark Griswold. How are you? Good to see you. Sorry, we're late. I went to the wrong door. Thanks so much for the invitation. Helga!
Largely, it's an Australian thing. When you're an Australian and you make an offer to someone, anything. Let's catch up for a beer. I'll help you move. All those things.
You don't mean it. You don't mean it. And what if someone calls you bluff and you say, come and stay with me, and they actually do the outrage?
Glenn has joined us.
Hello, Glenn. What happened?
How you going? So I had a friend who needed somewhere to stay. It was a bit of an emergency thing. We thought it'd be a few months. It was about 5.5 years before he moved out. And then when he finally moved out, the mould in the room was disgusting. We had to clean it, scrub it, repaint it, the whole 9 yards. Pretty disappointing.
Did he stay? After that, did you catch up again, or was that pretty much it?
Haven't heard from him since.
Wow.
And were you too polite to say, time for you to go? Like, you talk about it behind his back, saying what an idiot, he's got to go, but to his face you said, who wants some more dinner?
Well, the problem was, he was a friend, right? What do you do? He'll try and help your friends out, right?
Yep, and that's an Australian thing as well. You'll always help your mates.
And why was the room so manky afterwards? What was he doing in there?
I got no idea, and quite frankly, I really don't want to know. I just know that the white aluminium window was black when he left. It was horrifying. Anyway, it is what it is, right?
I know it is. It's good to see that you've bounced back, Glenn. Thank you,
Glenn.
Thank you for all
what
your
an Australian call. Yep, it is what it is. He ripped me off for 5 years and it's fine.
He's gone.
He murdered people in that room, but I'm not talking about it.
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation Podcast.
Let's get on down to the Jonesy and Amanda Arms. Usually I wouldn't use the pub test for my own edification. But I made mention this morning as I was looking out over a beautiful city. We are in New Digs. We're on the 16th floor of the Coca-Cola building in North Sydney. And I was just looking at our beautiful city, the city by the bay, the city that rocks, the city that never sleeps. And I was thinking, if I had a set of binoculars, I would be able to get a gauge of what's going on, say, the Harbour Bridge, or I could see what's going on over at Blackwattle Bay there. I could see what's going over at our old digs at North Ryde.
The problem with that, Brendan,
I can see down to the Shire from here. I can see Kurnell.
It's all right to
Kurnell.
That's what I said at this suggestion. Because it's all right to look at long distance, but below us is A, a boys' school, and B, a residential building. It's like a doll's house. You can pretty much, with the naked eye, see through some of those windows. And if you had binoculars, that would be very creepy. If this was all if this was all workspaces, that's not so bad. But people live below us here. I don't think you can have binoculars. I think it's a creep thing.
How little is your opinion of me that you'd think I'd turn into some...
If you wouldn't look.
What am I looking at?
It's not, well, I don't trust you, A, to self-regulate, and B, I'm going through the alphabet a lot today. B, they don't know you're self-regulating, and it's not fair that you have binoculars and they don't know what you're going to look at.
Tell that to the great explorers of our time. Captain Cook might have missed the whole joint if he didn't have his big telescope. He would have just kept on sailing.
That's a different story to you being here on the 16th floor above residential buildings and wanting to look in.
Say something happened. See that boat down there? What's going on? Is it sinking? I can't tell. If I had some binoculars, I could report to the world that there's a boat sinking. By the way, there is no boat sinking. I can tell it's not sinking.
No, but the woman in room 3 is getting changed.
How do you know? You seem to be the one that's more obsessed. Maybe this is about you and not me.
Let's put this to the pub test. Jonesy, using binoculars in this new building, does it pass the pub test?
What about this? Jonesy gets a pair of binoculars just in case something happens. Does that pass the pub
Jonesy using binoculars in this new building, does it pass the pub test?
Jam Nation.
It's round 8 of the NRL. Last week's mystery footy tipper was Reece Nicholson, got a score of 2 out of 8.
He chose just by thinking whether a rabbit would beat a tiger kind of arrangement.
He went the Todd McKennie way. Interestingly, Todd McKennie also got 2 out of 8. So that speaks volumes. Anyway, today...
I'm kind of a big deal.
Well, we've got someone that's a big deal. They played 250 games of NRL, a star of the West Tigers. And really, this guy is bulletproof and, I believe, appeared with me on the Footy Show on my ill-fated appearance back in 2006.
Gee, he is bulletproof.
He's the one. He's the only Chris Lawrence.
Look out here as Lawrence in the way and up he goes. Lawrence has got speed.
Too much speed.
This kid can run.
Too good.
Chris Lawrence running away. Chris Lawrence scored. What has happened here?
Here he is. Hey, Chris.
Hello, Chris.
Morning, guys. How you going?
Great.
Very well, thank you. Do you remember appearing on the Footy Show with Jonesy? Has that been one of the highlights of your life?
Oh, well, unfortunately, I don't. So I'm going to have to say it was. It was a long time ago, and I was probably a bit overawed. I was actually...
Good answer.
I was a big deal. Back then.
Sure you were.
It was a big deal.
Chris, obviously you play the game well, but what do you like as a tipper? Are you known amongst your mates as a good tipper?
Well, no. I'm going to say no. I'm going to set the bar really low and the expectations really low. I do get asked for what my tips are, and when I do often give them out, I get a few people coming back questioning, do I even watch the game anymore? But let's see how we get getting on.
Well, surely you'd be dipping in and out of the West Tigers. They're having a good year this year.
Yeah, they're turning around. There's been a tough few years, but it's good to see some changes made and some pathways back in there and trying to instill a bit of culture in there and get the club moving forward, which there's some really good signs. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we can see some more wins from them this year.
All right, well, let's kick off with the Warriors and the Titans. They're playing Thursday, that's tomorrow at 2.
Yep, I'm going with the Warriors. I think they're going to bounce back at a poor loss last week, and I think they'll be too good at home.
Okay. A very emotional game is always the game between the Dragons and the Roosters on Anzac Day. I'm a Roosters supporter, but they're not going so well. Who are you picking on Thursday?
It's always a great game. I think your form goes out the window with this Anzac Day clash, and the Dragons are in good form, but I am going with the Roosters. I think they are going to bounce back and get the win.
Okay. And what about the Storm and the Bunnies on the same day?
I think the Storm are going to get the job done at home. Are really hard to beat, and the South are really struggling at the moment. So I can't see how they can get the win on Friday night.
All right, then we move on to Friday, and we've got Sea Eagles and the Eels.
Going with Manly, Parramatta have been struggling. They got a blast from their coach, so I know they will bounce back. But I think Manly at home are very hard to beat. So I'm going with Manly.
Your guys, Tigers, Broncos, Campbelltown Sports Stadium.
Now, I will preface this by saying I'm going to be going with my heart, not my head. I'm going to tip the Tigers. It's going to be a hard job facing the Broncos, especially coming up against Reece Walsh. But hoping at the home, last time they played Campbelltown, they were a bit flat, so hopefully they can bounce back and have a great performance. I'm going with the Tigers.
All right, but I'm reading between the lines and you're expecting the Broncos to win.
Don't say that.
I'm tipping the Tigers, so I'll be a genius next week if they win.
All right. Cowboys and the Panthers?
This one, I'm actually going to go with the Cowboys. I know the Panthers have Nathan Cleary returning, but I think they were a bit exposed last week with their edge defence. Cowboys are a great attacking team back at home after a disappointing loss. I think they're going to bounce back, and I think they can beat the Panthers, so I'm going with the Cowboys.
Righto. Dolphins versus the Knights?
I think the Dolphins are playing some great footy. They've got some players out, but the young kids are playing sensational, and Knights without Kalen Ponga, it's going to be really hard, so I'm going with the Dolphins.
All right, and then the Raiders and Jonesy's team, Sharkies, on Sunday.
I'm going with the Raiders. Raiders at home are always hard to beat. Again, after a big loss, they tend to bounce back and play well at home. And there's been a few external issues and things happening around the Sharks. So it's always a distraction. So I think I'm going to have to go with the Raiders this week.
Well, it's hard. Dale Finucane, he's had to retire. And then Braden Trindle, come on.
What did he do?
Well, he got busted, no licence drink driving sort of thing. So that hasn't helped us just when we were doing very well.
Yeah. Top of the ladder and all.
Just when you're doing well. It's like on this show, when we're doing well, then Amanda goes out and has a bender, Chris, and then it's all over.
Chris, that happens all the time.
It always happens. I know when she's got a new neck tattoo, I say, what's been happening on the weekend?
More entertaining show now, I'd imagine.
Chris, so nice to talk to you. Thanks for being our footy tipper.
No, a pleasure. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation.
I want you to get up right now.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
Go to your windows, open them, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell. I'm not going to take this anymore.
I don't know how one man's curiosity has turned into something completely different. All I said is we're broadcasting from this fantastic new building, the 16th floor. It's the Coca-Cola building in North Sydney, just above the post office there where the clock is. And I'm looking out over the harbour. I'm looking at the old former 2SM building, and I just speculated, just ruminated, wouldn't it be good if I had a pair of binoculars? Then I could see what's going on in our fair city.
Well, you said you were going to bring some binoculars in, and if all you were looking over, if this building was perched right on the edge and all you saw was water and the rest of over the bridge, that's great. But between us and the water is a boys' school we look down on, is a block of flats we look down on, are some houses over here. There's a lot of residential that's they wouldn't be happy if you had binoculars. It's a little bit pervy.
With binoculars comes great responsibility.
I don't trust you.
I can see down to the Shire. I can see out to the west.
Do you see room 3A just over there?
Which one?
Room 3A.
What's room 3A?
Having a shower.
Well, you seem to know more about this than I
just don't trust you. I think it's a bit creepy. So we put this to the pub test.
I'm just curious. All I am is there's an old saying, interested people
get arrested. Interested people get arrested. That's how that saying goes. Jonesy using binoculars in the new building. Does it pass the pub test?
A little bit too creepy, I think. I think it does pass the pub test.
Yeah, of course it is. I remember going to Stewart House in 1973 as a teenager, and we had these super-duper big binoculars that could look down South Curl Beach, but the only problem is I went in the middle of winter, so there was hardly anybody on the beach, but it was really great, you could just view the whole lot, it was just fantastic.
No way, mate, he's a peeping Tom. Especially at this time of the morning. Jeez, people having showers. He's kidding, right?
Look, it's a bit pervy, but people in all these buildings should know that there are people out there with binoculars and telescopes looking. So, yeah, look, it's a bit pervy, but yeah, it passed the pub test. I see telescopes on every balcony that you see in the city. So, yeah, for me, it passed the pub test. Perv all you like, Jonesy.
I'm not getting binoculars now.
No.
You people. And, if something happens on the harbour, a ferry sinks or something, and we don't see it.
Or that red bikini girl dives overboard again.
I'm just saying.
I know what you're saying. and it's disgusting.
I'd sue for defamation, but that doesn't seem to work lately.
TikTok Tucker. Let's get excited. It's coming up next.
Jonesy and Amanda. Sam Nation.
Podcast.
You hungry?
Starving.
It ain't what you do, it's the way that you do it.
Ever fancied a mouldy, bacteria-infested slab of meat?
Not a bad tucker, though.
Just fall off the bone. That's what gets results.
Don't eat too much, though. Tends to give you diarrhea.
TikTok Tucker. We make food from TikTok and eat it.
Remember last week, I think it was one of the worst things we'd had. We made in a mayonnaise jar a cocktail, like a BLT with tequila and with bacon, and it was foul. Remember that? Let's see how we go today.
Worst thing I've had in my mouth.
Well, we're going to make carnivore cereal. The woman who made this, I saw it on TikTok, swears that it is delicious, and I actually think it might be. We start with pork crackling. You know how you buy a packet of the pork crackles? So a packet, like instead of buying twisties, whatever, you buy a packet of pork crackling.
Yep.
I'll make...
Where do you get these from?
Just from the shop. And I pour them in like this. I'm going to make 4 because we have Julie Goodwin coming in to talk about her new memoir, and I think we might get her to try some. So we break it up into small little bits inside here, so it's cereal size. Am I a cereal offender, like you and your big pervy binoculars? Let me just break these up. Okay, so what happens now is, and it's very simple, I pour milk over the top, give it a sprinkle of cinnamon, we put a splash of cream, smelt my fingers, and then we eat it. You ready?
Milk.
Milk goes in there like cereal, as if we're just making cereal. 1.
Well, it looks like cereal.
2. I'll do 3. We'll save Julie's for later.
So it just goes soggy. Lucky Julie.
Lucky Julie. So I sprinkle some cinnamon on top.
Yep.
Oh, come on.
You could have.
Brand new packet here.
Well, someone could have opened that.
Here we go. You ready? We sprinkle cinnamon on top.
Yep. I think you've gone too hard on the cinnamon.
No, I don't think there's enough cinnamon in the world. And then a dash of cream.
Cream?
Cream! Bloomp. Bloomp.
Oh.
Bloomp. Oh, did you hear it? Snap, crackle and pop. Literal crackle. Okay. Now, Ryan, I'm going to pass this over to you. People love when I pass fluids in this new studio. Oh, that doesn't sound good. I didn't mean that.
We know what you're passing
Not
fluids
again.
in the new studio.
All right, Brendan, there's yours on the count of 3. And make sure you get some crackling in your mouth.
My stomach actually curdled a little bit.
Okay, you ready? I'm going in.
Oh, wow. Oh, no.
I can't tell.
Oh, no.
It goes yes, no in my mouth. What do we think?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know either. Ryan, what do you think?
That's terrible.
Is it?
No.
Let me have one more.
Oh, no.
No, it's all right.
Actually, it is all right.
I can't tell.
It's milky. Well, you dribbled just then. It's milky bacon. No, actually, no. No, I'm deciding no.
No, I don't know. I honestly don't know.
It is quite strange. It's worth giving it a go. Carnivore cereal. We're going to save one of these bowls and see if Julie
It's a
Goodwin
bit of
likes
an
it.
HF.
What's that?
A head. That's what the kids say these days. Sorry, kids, for swearing.
All right. Well, look, that was the carnivore cereal. The elaborate recipe will be on our socials.
What do we give it? I give it half a thumb.
Half a thumb off to Tassie.
You hungry?
Starving.
It ain't what you do, it's the way that you do it.
Ever fancied a mouldy, bacteria-infested slab of meat?
Not a bad tucker, though.
Just fall off the bone. That's what gets results.
Don't eat too much, though. Tends to give you diarrhea.
Started off well, then it was
It's a
terrible.
classic nah, isn't it? I sound like an Australian swimmer at the Olympics. Nah.
Jam Nation.
Well, Australia fell in love with our next guest the moment she walked onto the set of MasterChef Australia in 2009. And Julie Goodwin has put out a variety of cookbooks. I buy all of them because I just rate Julie so highly. But her new book is something quite different. It is a memoir. It's called Your Time Starts Now. And it's quite raw, beautifully written, and such an insight into some of your darker moments, as well as some great recipes and levity. Hello, Julie. How are you?
Good morning. I'm well, thank you.
Before we go any further, in TikTok Tucker, we try food that we've seen on TikTok and we think that looks a bit odd. Is it going to be a success or a disaster? Before you is a bowl of pork crackling.
Yeah.
Would you mind let's help you make this very detailed recipe.
You're going to make Julie do this herself.
Yeah, can you pour some milk into that?
Okay.
Pour some milk.
Milk on pork crackling?
Yeah, milk on pork crackling.
Righto.
and then some cinnamon and a dollop of cream and see what you make of it. Because we weren't sure. We went like it, hate it, like it, hate it. Our taste buds were all over the shop.
Can you add the cinnamon like Salt Bay does?
I don't want to make a mess of your studio.
Yeah, it's all
I'll
new.
probably sneeze. And cream.
And a dollop of cream.
This is like a keto, I think.
Is it?
It's got no carbs and extra fat.
Oh.
That's what keto's all about.
But I don't know if you'd normally put pork crackling in a cereal. All right, you're going in, Jill. You're going in.
Ew.
Get a big bit of crackling happening.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I don't
Here
want
we
to
go.
do this.
What is very
You're
quiet.
pulling a face.
No.
No.
No?
That's horrible.
Really?
Oh, that's horrible.
Have we got a spew bin for Julie?
I mean,
Has it gone down?
Are you okay?
See, you've been on I'm a Celebrity. You've tasted worse than that.
I've put worse things than that in my mouth. But, but oh, my God, why would you choose to do that?
I know. Well, we're thinking the same thing. Julie, this book is quite extraordinary because, as you say in the book, as we know, loved, bubbly TV, cookbook, radio host, but you've been very honest about the dark sides too. How dark did it get?
Oh, look, when the wheels fell off completely in sort of 2019 and the start of 2020, it got very dark. I was unwell and it was life-threatening. So I went all the way to the bottom and I very nearly didn't make it out.
Well, you write about how you went to the water's edge, and a couple and their dog, you don't even know these people, you didn't then, they pretty much saved your life.
They did. They had spotted me as I walked past them and, I was obviously in a not a great state and this young lady gave me a hug. She said, can I give you a hug? And she gave me a hug and said, are you okay? And I said, yeah, I'm okay now. It was a total lie. And then I went and I sat on a bench and I was just getting ready and they came back and they sat next to me and just said, you look like you need some company. And they sat with me for a couple of hours and just chatted about small stuff. And by the end of that couple of hours, I was ready to ring my husband and have him come and take me home.
Because the saddest thing is you felt that your family would be relieved that because you'd been troublesome and you felt that they'd be relieved for you to go. How wonderful you went home and they could convince you otherwise.
Well, yeah, and that, I mean, it's not true. It's not true that they would have been better off without me, but that's in that time and in that sickness and that despair, I believed that. I believed that to the core of my being, that I was doing the best thing for everybody. It wasn't about escaping. It was literally about making what I thought was the best choice for everybody. And it wasn't true. And I'm so grateful that I had a moment and I was taken out of that for long enough to reflect properly on it and to, I didn't get home that night. I was taken to hospital. So, I got home much later that night, but I was taken to hospital first. Mick just said, I can't deal with this. I'm not equipped. I need help from professionals. I didn't want to go to hospital. I was exhausted. I wanted to go home.
Sure.
But it was the start of a long haul of getting better.
For that self-awareness, though, you're sitting there and you're at the brink, as you said, those people come along and it wasn't wrapped up as easily as that. But talk us through how, and if anyone's in that same state of mind, how do you come back from that? What is it? If those people, for example, hadn't come along, do you think you wouldn't be here?
Oh, there's a very, very real possibility.
And that's what you need. So I guess it lays on everyone to be aware of your surrounds, be aware of what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
But that sure is what switched you into that state of mind. What switched you out of it?
In that moment, it was just the ordinariness of this conversation. They told me about their family. I told them about mine. We talked about our dogs. They actually made me laugh a couple of times. And it was that. I just went, how is it possible? How is it possible for me to laugh? I didn't know there was any laughter left. I didn't know. And so that sort of made me stop and think. I would just say to anybody who's approaching anything nearing that, talk to somebody. Just talk to somebody. And whether it's somebody you know, whether it's a friend or a family member, or whether you pick up a phone to, a helpline, Beyond Blue, I do work with, they have amazing counsellors and stuff. Just that's got to be the first step. That's what saved my life, and that's what I think would be life-saving for other people. This is why I've written this book, right? It's because there's all these little signs and symptoms that lead up to that. You don't just wake up one day and decide that this is my last day, I can't do this anymore. There are lots and lots of signs leading up to it, and that's why I've written the book. I would love for people to read it and go, actually, I'm experiencing one or two of those things, or I have a couple of those circumstances surrounding my life, you know, that overwhelm or too busy or no time for beautiful things, or I've got, you know, unresolved trauma from my past that's I feel bubbling back up. Any of those things, start to talk now, because eventually the voices in your head get louder than the voices outside your head, and they're not telling you the right stuff.
Wow.
Very powerful. Thank you, Julie.
Julie, that's amazing. That is amazing. And it would have been terrible to make you eat that stuff after you said all that.
No, yeah, that's right.
It's coating my mouth. Gross.
Is that a new chapter in your next cookbook?
Oh, yes, that's the What Not to Cookbook.
But, Jero, how do you feel now?
I'm good now, Jonesy. I've spent, you know, quite a few years. I've you know, gone in and out of different treatments, but I've found the person who works with me on my brain, and I've got a whole lot of strategies in place, and they're all good for me. You know, they're all great. But you know, I think the most important one is just choosing joy and choosing to make sure I prioritise things that bring me joy. And you know, we don't tend to do that. We look around, we make sure everybody else is okay, and we tend to neglect our own self. But what I've learned in a really real way is that if you do continue to neglect yourself, then you're no good to anybody at all. So if you want to be there for your family and there for your friends and present to your colleagues and everybody else, you hear it over and over, but until it hits home,
sure,
you know, you have to look after yourself. So I've got to fill myself up with things that bring me joy, and there is so much of that. I've got a 3-year-old granddaughter who is the light of all of our lives, and being with her is just instant happiness. So I make sure I spend time with her. I make sure I do things that are creative that I love, and I make sure that I take on work that either has purpose and fulfills me or is how I make a living. But there's got to be balance. There's got to be all the good things as well as all the necessary things.
Which is why your book also has that sausage roll recipe.
Yeah.
That is one of the necessary things.
That is a necessary thing. Not so necessarily the carnivore cereal that we put on you early in the interview. Julie, thank you for coming out. Thank you for being so brave with your story. I've never heard this articulated as well as you've just done it just then.
Thank you so much.
The memoir is out now at all good bookstores near you. Julie Goodwin, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation
Podcast.
I'm just loving, I'm leaning into Posh Spice's 50th birthday.
Well, the Spice Girls, Spice middle-aged women, all got together. They were all there. They sang a song, had photos. Feud? What feud? All the Spices were there.
And they all sung together?
Garlic powder. She was there.
She was out the back.
Paprika.
No need garlic.
Bay leaf. Yeah. Bay leaf, she lasts forever at the back of the cupboard.
No one uses her. Absolutely.
But it sounds like an extraordinary night. Lots of famous people and blah, blah, blah. But no one gets more famous than Tom Cruise.
And I thought there was trouble with the Cruises and the Beckhams.
When the Beckhams went to LA, Tom took them under his wing and introduced them to all his friend. But apparently they balked at some of the religious stuff.
Yeah.
This is what I read, and I should know because I read it in the Daily Mail.
And I've made this decision. If I was friends with Tom Cruise, if somehow he comes into my orbit, I would be happy to go along with the Scientology. I'd be happy
because
to go.
what do you think you'd get out of it?
I would question him about it. Like,
but what do you just want to be friends with Tom?
I want to be friends with Tom Cruise.
Well, I tell you what would have been impressive at this party, at Posh's party. He was breakdancing and doing the splits. That's so Tom.
That's my boy right there.
No special effects, just boom.
And he's just
snapped it out.
Simon Pegg was saying one day he went heli skiing with Tom Cruise and they rode trail bikes and they're on trail bikes. Then a helicopter comes down and they all go into a helicopter and the helicopter takes them to some Alp somewhere and then they're snowboarding down this mountain. And even Tom Cruise said, yeah, it's a bit of a Tom Cruise day. Even Tom Cruise wants to be mates with Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Remember we had Jennifer Connelly.
She was the actress who played opposite him in
His love interest in Top Gun Maverick. And even she was agog. So you would have seen that movie, and then in this movie, you go on his bike a fair few times and you look very comfortable.
I was pretty comfortable. I was very confident in his abilities for sure. And beyond that, how often does that happen that you're riding on a motorcycle with Tom Cruise? I mean, it's funny, I've been making movies for a really long time, and I've worked with a lot of actors, but he's Tom Cruise. It's just something different about it and about
So
him.
even you feel that. Even you feel, wow,
Even
he's
I
Tom
was
Cruise.
like, I'm riding a motorcycle with Tom Cruise. Yeah.
Is somebody filming this? Someone better be filming this.
Someone get a camera.
I met him when I was on the project, and he, it was a film, The Mummy, I think, and there was lots of, cockroaches and rats and all that sort of stuff in the movie. And I said, what's your thing? Because that freaked me out. What's your thing? And he said, I don't have a thing. He has no fear. I don't have a thing.
Didn't he elevate you as well?
Was elevate.
That's when I go.
Look up and down. Carrie Bickmore reckons
She
he
said
gave
that.
me the once over. Yeah. So I should have been at that party doing the splits with
You'd
him.
be no good because you...
You'd hear the crack of my pelvis a mile away. Old Spice.
And then you'd start questioning him about Scientology. And all of a sudden...
Be a very short-lived relationship.
Jonesy and Amanda's Jam Nation
Podcast.
Everybody shout! Come on now, sing out! It's time for the Ghoulies get together.
If you want to win $20,000 as our favourite ghoulie of the year, well, you've got to start by telling us your ghoulie.
Simple as. What have we got?
What gets my ghoulies are the cars of Sydney. Have a look at the cars around you. It's a sea of black, white and 50 million shades of grey. It's depressing. It's boring. Where's all the colour gone? Having a white car, I think I'm part of the problem too. So come on, people, next time you change cars, get something colourful and bright. Let's make Sydney vibrant again.
But you're driving in a white car. So you want other people to drive around in a multicoloured car and look like a kook.
like the Partridge Family.
I'm just looking at the Harbour Bridge and I'm looking at all the cars going across right now. If only I had binoculars, I could pick out their individual colours. But I can't.
Just as well. What else have we? What else have we got?
What really gets my ghoulies is I'm a larger lady of 5 foot nothing. However, when I go to buy clothes to go into the larger sections, the designers seem to think that you have to be 6 foot tall, and because you're larger. However, that's not the case. I'm 5 foot nothing, and I have to go into larger sizes, but the pants are always too long. The tops are like dresses. That really gets my ghoulies.
Well, you just get a top for a dress or big pants and pull them right up like Obelix from Asterix and Obelix.
I thought you probably look a little bit like Kanye's missus, as you say, the misso.
Well, she doesn't even bother with the pants. Out with the bad, in with the good. If you dipped out, it doesn't matter. You can always contact us via the iHeartRadio app. It's 2 to 9.
Our favourite caller, email or Facebook friend wins a day summit pass for 2 to the Harbour Bridge climb. End the school holidays on a high and save 15% on a family bridge climb experience. Book now at bridgeclimb.com.
Also, you get the Jonesy and Amanda tea towel and fridge magnet.
We're talking before about how when you say to somebody, hey, you know what, if you're ever in my neck of the woods, drop in, stay. It's rhetorical. Don't actually do it.
When I said look me up, I didn't actually mean it.
That's right.
The tribal drum was beating for this.
Fritz, Clark Griswold, how are you? Good to see you. Sorry we're late. I went to the wrong door. Thanks so much for the invitation. Helga!
Here's Glenn from Bankstown. He had a friend drop in for 5 years.
And then when he finally moved out, the mould in the room was disgusting. We had to clean it, scrub it, repaint it, the whole 9 yards. Pretty disappointing.
Why was the room so manky afterwards? What was he doing in there?
I got no idea, and quite frankly, I really don't want to know. I just know that the white aluminium window was black when he left. It was horrifying. Anyway, it is what it is, right?
Anyway, we'll catch up with you next weekend.
Righto, you two. That's enough.
Ugly Feels up next with WSFM's Total Recall.
We'll be back from 6 to 9 for Jam Nation.
See you then.
Good day to you.
Well, thank God that's over.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Wipe the tears, baby, dear, from your eyes.
Catch Jonesy and Amanda's podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
One swallow, drink cheerio, chin, now goodbye.
Jonesy and Amanda's
Jam Nation Podcast. Catch up on what you've missed on the free iHeartRadio app.